Good evening. I am here. It is 12:44 a.m. on Wednesday, April 8th. We are going to do a stream tonight, and we are back with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are going to start the 6th and final mainline Ace Attorney game tonight. And, yeah, that's really all that's going on. My life has been devoid of any intensely crazy things happening to talk about, which is why I haven't done a ramble in a few days. But yeah, we're gonna Ace Attorney it up and become human. Ace Attorney become human. So, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. This game came out a decade ago. It came out in 2016. And we have not gotten a new Ace Attorney game since. So, that's a little sad. But hopefully, with some news that came out recently from Capcom, we'll be seeing an Ace Attorney game before long. But yeah, this is the 6th game, Spirit of Justice. It is, just like the previous one, a Phoenix Wright game, not an Apollo Justice game. However, I will say Apollo gets way more character development in this than he does in 5. This is the same deal, 6 chapters, with one of them being a DLC chapter. Unlike the previous game, though, the DLC chapter here fits in at the end, so I don't have to jump around to have this fit in timeline order. It all goes in order. It's also interesting because this game, without spoiling it, the time frame between cases in this game is way shorter than any other Ace Attorney game, except the Edgeworth games. So yeah, this is the latest spot on the timeline, if you go all the way from Great Ace Attorney to now. This is, what? Actually, I forget. When was... Is Apollo Justice is 2026, right? And then 2027, so this would take place in 2028. Let's see what the alt costumes are here. We got El Tigre for Phoenix. Got a school outfit for Apollo. And we got the Trebien outfit for Athena. Something interesting about Athena in this game, and it's only her. They made all of her colors darker, and they don't really... There's no explanation for it. Her hair is way darker, but also her clothes are much more muted than they were in the previous game. If you compare the yellow of her suit in this game to the yellow in the previous game, it's way brighter in the last game. I don't know why they did that to her. She's the only character they've done that with. But yeah, I think we're ready to jump in on case 1 here.
On the western edge of the Far East, lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery, the kingdom of Kurayin. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole.
There's a lot more cutscenes and voice acting, and in-game cutscenes too, in engine, than previous games.
Were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Hey Kyle, how you doing? I like how Phoenix goes on a trip and he's still wearing a suit. The Foreign Turnabout, Episode 1. Here in Kurayin, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm. and priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. So yeah, we're bringing that back. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother. Fear only the impurities of your soul. Thwack. So yeah, the subtitle Spirit of Justice has multiple meanings. Some literal, some figurative. This blight on my soul. I'll have the child take the blame. Twilight Realm, this is Zelda crossover. Hey Ephraim, how you doing? April 23rd, 4:26 p.m. I guess 2028. Kingdom of Khurain. Whew, I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Khurain, huh? 4:23, isn't this? What a long trip. Wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Get a load of the street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. And that gorgeous temple. I read that that's the center of town. Wow, an ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. Never seen anything like it. Oh, I didn't even notice the bird. It's a yappy bird. That's quite a crest it has on its head. Excuse me, sir. What? Oh, yes? Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes, that's right. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you... That's right. I'll be your guide, at your service. I'm a monk in training at Temple, and I'll be your guide around town. It's very nice to meet you. Happy Raki. Happy what now? Happy Raki. That's how we greet people here in Khurain. It's like hello or how do you do. It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Raki. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home, anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land, who's still dressed like a lawyer, for some reason. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the Kingdom of Khurain, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you, to celebrate your arrival. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is a famous Khurainese sweet bun. It's called a Magataman, or soul bun. It's shaped like a Magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul straight to the Twilight Realm. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That will be 20 damas. Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all those tools of his trade. Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. She can't come to see you for a few days yet. Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. Told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Ha! Scammed, yeah. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her aesthetic training with her. It's really nice after, like, hinting at her still being around for 2 whole games that they finally bring her back. This is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Ah, shucks, she said that? Sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. That girl worries way too much. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. Oh, I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. Oh, well, you know. Thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. 2 whole weeks of sightseeing. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. Just realized there's no court record here. Thanks. That would be great. Guess Albie takes his job very seriously. Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves. Yikes, you don't have to shove. First stop, Temple, right there in the center of town. There's something that I really want to show you. Cute kid. I have 2 drinks here so I don't blow out my throat too hard. April 23rd, 4:45 p.m. Temple Plaza. Surely nothing bad will happen. Yes, of course. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. Oh, I completely forgot my PNG tuber. Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Koreanism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday. I read that people of this country are all adherents of Koreanism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated. The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. Oh, that's Albie saying that. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence. The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion Rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth souls from the Twilight Realm. In Koreanism, we believe the soul... In Koreanism, we believe the soul is carried by the sacred Koreanese butterfly. Its wings form a loop that wraps around the soul to transport it. Hold it. Slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. Oh, I'm sorry. Guess I got a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country. Well, that's sure true. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. I'm reading too fast, that's what's happening. Let's see, guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. Hey, Ayla. With the dog. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. Guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship, too. Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country, too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. Really? An hour? Hope that counted as patience training. And she seemed really interested, too. She listened to my whole speech. Huh, that doesn't sound like the Maya I know. This Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Oh no! What's the matter? Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go. But why the big rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of Her Benevolence's Dance of Devotion. Her Benevolence? Kind of fell asleep not long after we last talked, and I start work at 7 instead of 4, so maybe I hope I don't regret staying up a bit, maybe. You should still get some rest if you need it, though.
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
Ominous. See, it's interesting. Even though, you know, Village of Karine Village and Maya and all that spirit medium stuff, even though that was all very, like, Japanese influenced, here in the Kingdom of Karine, it's more like India, Middle Eastern style, reverence, or like aesthetic. I don't know. April 24th, 10:10 a.m. High Court of Karine. Accused lobby. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is on trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Tell him I'm Kurinese. Tell him I'm a lawyer. Actually, I used to be Kurinese. What? I lived here when I was little. Oh, really? What town are you from? Oh, well, it was a tiny village called Phoenixia. There's no such place. Did you really expect to get away with a barefaced lie like that? Busted. Well, I guess that means there's only one thing left to say. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway. What? A lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Years ago, I was Chinese. Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the courtroom, right? Wait, get back here, you! Phoenix just completely unfazed by a guy holding a friggin' rifle. So this is a Kurinese courtroom. Oh, look who it is. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Guilty, but like in a funny foreign way. What? A verdict already? The trial only just started. Also, they say it's not a tourist attraction, yet they do have a gallery in here. Like the other courts. Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Seances performed by Princess Rayfa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't... Gosh, seeing the cutscenes like this for the first time was so cool. Big step up for the last game. Yeah. They definitely put more effort into it, but I will say on the 3DS they were very choppy. The cutscenes did not run very well. Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Kurinism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. Guilty. Didn't I play? I played that last night because I was doing Sonic Racers. Oh my god. That game has hooked me in so hard. I never thought that a Sonic racing game would get me, like, addicted to it. Like Kirby Air Riders did. But I didn't do it! Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you. Be silent, impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But... what in the world is going on here? The Judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney doing? Wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as Royal Priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Let me get a good look at the gallery members over here. Still, I love... that's just a texture. That's not even like a model. They're just like JPEG textures. I wonder if the gallery in the English court is different. I was about to say, I'm kind of sad I didn't play this until after the mobile port came out, and I played that on my iPad, because it would have been cool seeing stuff like that in original hardware. This was actually the only Ace Attorney game I didn't get at launch. I had to wait like a year because I had no money. I actually remember when I was playing this, because a family member of mine was getting surgery while I was, like, finishing it, and I was in the hospital with them. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. As you command, so it shall be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Dihara, Kurain.
Objection!
There's a lot more of that, like sporadic voice acting. Wait just one moment. Hey, Sully. Blurp to you, too. You're... me and my big mouth. Now what? Mr. Wright? What are you doing here, sir? Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Or else my name isn't right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. The trial's only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me? Who on earth are you? I'm, well... an ordinary tourist, Your Honor. Just passing through. Tourist, are you? Happy Baraki. Hey, Wolfshe, how you doing? But more importantly, where's this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney? Whatever you're talking about, he doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait, what? Of course you wouldn't be aware of being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Karain. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion. Hey, V2. How you doing? Her divination seances determine all. What? But surely you see how unfair that is. Oh, hey, Robo-Bunny. How you doing? What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon? If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? Okay, but keep having coughing fits. Allergies are bothering you lately. Ugh. I think I was having some sort of allergic reaction to something in the house a couple weeks ago. We all were. We were all getting, like, very sniffly noses. But I think it was just dust getting kicked up from all the work that was being done. Doing good. Just about to go to bed, just like popping in. Yeah, it's all good. I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. Now, hold on. Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. Albie. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya. But... forget about me. You have to go, now. I'm sure you could find another guide. Got good news on stuff. Hope if things work out like I want to, I'll be back to streaming every day in your own unit. Oh, nice, Wolfshe. Hey, Sky. Hello, how you doing? Yeah. It's really funny that you came by my stream, like, so recently, when I was planning on doing this game, and you found me through Ace Attorney. There were lots more places I wanted to show you, but it looks like I won't get the chance now. I'm sorry. Poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? Let's go find Maya. The whole reason I came to this country was to see Maya, and I'm just an outsider here with no knowledge of the way they do things. But I'm still a defense attorney, first and foremost. Can't just let a verdict be handed down while nobody's standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. How you doing? I'm doing pretty well. It's been a pretty uneventful week outside of just working and playing video games. Damn, you really went fuck this child of a bestie to find, yeah. To defend him? You can't be serious. Did you hear that? Is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that. I most certainly can. Don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you? Mr. Wright? You're but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out. Hold it! Your Majesty, if you please. You have something to say, Mr. Payne? Fell asleep after work today. I think I just prefer staying up. Why is Albie specifically 2D or like 2D-ish? No, he's not 2D. It's just his facial expression. Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Right, Mr. whoever you are. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty, and yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Heavens to Betsy! What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney? Third favorite Payne in the... Yeah, I guess he is the third Payne. What am I sitting on? It's just the side of my pants leg. A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. Guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. Also mentioned mobile ports. I wonder from a technical perspective how those compare to this new release. Because I'm sure it's based on those instead of the 3DS versions. And like how the first trilogy was rebuilt from scratch. Yeah, I mean like the aspect ratio was definitely based on the mobile phone versions. Because the 3DS definitely had a thinner ratio. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country? But Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Call it nostalgia, if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try. But I have a previous engagement, you see, a class together with the missus. Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we've last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick. As you wish, your benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself. Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and your benevolence... I almost sounded like a different judge there. If that is what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There, are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier. That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm known in this country. And you'll see soon enough why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me in this very court of law. Why is he so strangely confident? Who are you to go to another country and say, screw this, we'll do it my own country's way? Well, he's the Chief Prosecutor, apparently. Which is really weird. Why is he the Chief Prosecutor? Surely there's prosecutors in this country. My headphones are getting a little wacky here. Trying to unfurl them a bit. Why is he so strangely confident? Not only that, but what's with the gallery? Just you watch, the defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You could bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor. Crush that defense devil. There's way more lawyer hate than I ever get back at home. Man, Victorian London sure looks different. Now, if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. But the larceny is the important one. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. Also, hey, Izzy, how you doing? In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Pat Troll, a temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. There we go, I'm getting the voice back. To kill a guard armed with a gun, what a terrifyingly bold act. I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. Pat Roll, distant descendant of Pat and Rolly Beat. Wow, their ethnicity passed down through the ages really took a swerve there. Time of death is around noon. His head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Temple's treasure room. The body was discovered at the base of the stairs to the altar. It's been a long time since we have had evidence presented in court as well. Kind of refreshing, actually. We rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable. Yeah, their kids didn't stay in England. Quite a far away from it. Which a spell trick doesn't think magistry is a real word, huh? Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I could check the evidence myself by looking at the court record. Arr! So I'm not going to bring that back. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. You don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along. This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor, Your Majesty. What is it now? This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Can I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. He's been getting awfully angry with me. And are those veins popping out of his forehead? I think it's meant to be the honorific for magistrate, yeah. I guess magistery primarily refers to an alchemical principle for a substance with transformative or curative powers, often associated with the Philosopher's Stone. Hell yeah. Oh, right, Level 5 is doing a Not Direct this Friday, and I wonder if there's any chance of a PL versus AA remaster being shown off, if that's a Capcom thing. Wonder who revealed it initially. I know in the West it was by Nintendo. I feel like that would be more of a Level 5 thing, just because the majority of the game is Professor Layton. But, honestly, even if they are making a remaster of some sort, I'd be kind of wary, just because Level 5 has been on everyone's shit list lately. Sir, your best friend can channel the dead, and your other best friend. Why don't you trust this other guy? Yeah. It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. So that anyone without the proper spiritual power will be blinded instantly. That's why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence, unlike the Ami Fey jar, yeah. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. Forced open and its contents stolen, the average person can only see it in this newspaper article. There's a string of deaths lately at the historic artifacts from the temple. Attorney's badge. My all-important badge. Proof of my profession. Song of Ceremonies lyrics. When dragon and tiger battle, the founder offers divine protection. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I'm the orb. Time of death, April 23rd, between 12 and 1. So about 3 hours before I met Albie. Cerebral contusion from a head injury. I'll be your guide. Age 9. Whoa, I thought he was at least like 12 or 13. The defendant, this industrious young man, is both a monk in training and a Kuranese tour guide. Gasp in pain. Age 56. A prosecutor from back home. Though what he's doing here as Khura'in's chief prosecutor is beyond me. Pat Roll, age 32, the victim in this case. He guarded the treasure room treasure and was killed by the thief who stole it. First, we need to make level 5 CEO pay for his crimes. Exactly. Sorry, but the texture on the newspaper just makes the article look like it was carved from stone. Yeah, kinda. The photos look really weird because they're like a different resolution than the text written around it. But also, I think that's on purpose. I think that's supposed to be just like blurred out. Right, your majesty, inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as monk in trading to get his hands on the treasure, is that it? The accused family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his aesthetic training. Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Looked it up. The game was revealed by Level 5 at the same kind of event they're doing this Friday and published by them in Japan. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume? What? No, I do have questions. Even more, but you just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? He's still planning on going to that thing? Still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see, what else do I need to know more about? Mr. Payne, where did the crime take place? What? As I already stated, it was in the treasure room of the temple. Oops, that's right. Have you even been paying attention? These lying lawyers, not only do they lack morals, but memory too. Not only do they lack morals, well, it's like one syllable there. He apparently has the brain power of a barnyard chicken, your majesty. That's a good line. That explains why he has the crest like a rooster. No matter where I go in the world, the insults are always the same. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. Just think it's funny is all given how backwards this place is deliberately, yeah. Text also informative like a newspaper article, but that's just me nitpicking. Oh. The empty treasure box was left at the scene, had a large blood stain on it. How utterly reprehensible, using the sacred treasure box for murder. Did Payne move to Crime Kingdom to start anew? Apparently. I guess he realized it was an easy get here, so he moved in, immediately started, plowing through cases since there's no lawyers, and they made him chief prosecutor for some reason. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with it. Oh, just like in Homestuck. That's where the word abscond comes from. No, I'm joking. Look, it's Tar. T-A-R. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. Needs a U in there, yeah, for Tor. Hey, Frosted Lights. Yeah, I'm in human mode. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Murder weapon, off limits to the public. Its contents were stolen. But the defendant's just a little boy. He's just a little... Your Honor, my client is innocent on the grounds that he's just a little guy. I hardly think you would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Ah, very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the accused, the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. That's off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, I find the accused... Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? I told you I have plans to attend to, and... Ah! I'm late, it's already started! How did time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Where is he? Huh? Did I say something funny? Yeah, so this always reminds me of this. I disabled links. Sorry about that. And any links posted don't show up to anyone else in the chat. Something cool about the European box art for Professor Layton vs. Ace Attorney has all 3 company logos at the bottom, even if it looks slightly crowded. It's so funny, though. Is it going to be boot to the head? Because I've seen that many, many times. Also, maybe I'll re-enable links in chat. Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? No, it's awkward zombies thing on Phoenix Wright. Oh, is it the localization thing? Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. What do you mean, what do I mean? It is. I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand that we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story. Sorry, I burped there. Japanese box art just says both Capcom and Level 5, since Nintendo was only involved in localization and publishing outside Japan, and the North American box art's only Nintendo. I actually never owned that game physically. I only had it digitally. And I got it late, too. I got it when I got my 2DS, which was, like, end of 2019. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say. Oh, how kind of you, royal penis. I know that was supposed to be pain-ness, but... Man, there's no way no one's not going to read that as penis. Same, I wish we got it physical. I got it physically because I didn't realize it was going to be the only physical AA game released on 3DS outside of Japan. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I don't own 5 and 6 physically either. I have the DS versions of 1 through 4, and then I have all the collections, including the Ace Attorney, the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I imported the physical edition of that. You know, with the big update for it that came out the other month, you would think Capcom would have released it physically in America, like re-release, like did like an official physical release in America, but they didn't. So now I have to have that one in Japanese while the other 4 are in English. Painness is going on your out of context Ace Attorney. Very well, as long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. I don't know how much its sales physically would have mattered, since I guess that getting a physical release was on Nintendo instead of Capcom. Yeah. Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would. I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide, too. Oh, why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Your Majesty. See, that would be me. I'd be like, Your Majesty. Right, let's do that then. At the defense attorney's insistence, I might add. Sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have really given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get to it, and make it quick, if you please. The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right. You tricked me! What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back that Magatamon I gave you yesterday. Albie, what's gotten into you? Don't talk to me. You disgust me. Now even Albie's against me? But why? This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. No, Emma Skye was pretty cold towards him till he managed to get her innocent. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. These punny names. Oh, the best pun name is still coming up in this chapter. Alright. Witness testimony. The accuser's account. I didn't kill Mr. Roland, I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. Never even seen that treasure box with the green Chinese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Also, hey Atman, how you doing? I don't think I said hey before. Are you well acquainted with the victim? Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know? Bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give that up and go work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way he could still stay at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young, so Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him. Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up, never surrender. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business, too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You've expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. Hi, I'll be your guide. I'll be your guide to the other side. But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. Well, it's a good thing this is case 1 of a Phoenix Wright game, because we get to read the tutorial. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this? I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? Not necessary. It's like, fuck you, we're doing this my way. Guess I'd better or we'll never get things anywhere. Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to a witness's testimony. Then we use present to open the court record and examine the evidence. And why would you do that? To find and present any evidence that's inconsistent with the statements given. Present? I certainly don't need any gifts from you. Clearly, something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty. The point is, it's possible that a statement could contain a lie or a mistake. But what do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in a witness's testimony? In that case, we may press the witness for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information or even entirely new statements. If you ask questions, the person you're asking a question to may respond with information. Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses... I'll have you know, defense, that I do not allow violence in my courtroom. Rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used. No physical force involved. I mean, unless you're Franziska von Karma, and you whip people constantly. Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to? One false move and I'll call the bailiff. Yeah, something's definitely getting lost there. For now, I should just focus all my energy on questioning Albie, and comparing his statements with the information in the court record. Now you know what Maggie had to live through when you lost your memory, Feeny. No physical force, desk slam. Cross-examination. The accused's account.
Hold it!
I believe you didn't do either of those things, Albie. You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that. Now, there's no need for that. But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client's innocent, even when they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't lump me in with that, lawyer. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything. I didn't kill nobody. I'm not lying, but I might lying. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. Didn't Northernlion come back from his, vacation this week? Because I'm seeing clips of him doing the rounds again. You're not allowed to go near the treasure room. Why is that? It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room. Yes, like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only the royal family may lay eyes on it. Didn't Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind? Heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You gotta believe me.
Hold it!
Box with a butterfly on it. Yeah, you could see it in that newspaper article. Look. See? There's a relief in the Chinese butterfly in the treasure box. Oh, this is a design carved here in the back of the box. I see it now. It's a sacred butterfly said to carry the soul or mitama of the departed. Its wings form a loop that cradles the mitama and carries it to the Twilight Realm. As you could see, there's even one depicted here behind me on the judge's bench. Well, what do you know? There it is. Though it kinda looks like he's about to be carried off to the Twilight Realm himself. Anyway, I've never seen this treasure box. Besides... Oh, the life bar is different now? Yeah. It's Mitama's souls in here. Though when you're back in the other court, it changes back to badges.
Hold it!
Planning out your tour route? Yes, I was planning out a tour for you. For me? Well, thank you, Albie. I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a lawyer. I wasted all that time on you. Give it back! Sadly, I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord. I was rewatching The Great Ace Attorney. Nice. I went back to hit points like in the first game. Yeah, after the 3DS games, both use the 5-hit system. Though, like the second, third, and fourth games, they have there are points where more than one will be up for elimination. Doctor Who referencing. Actually, as soon as I heard that's what I am, he's been like a totally different person. Certainly don't think Albie committed the murder. However, that outburst earlier makes me wonder if he'd willingly tell me the truth. Better compare his statements in the court record carefully. If I find an inconsistency, I could present some evidence to maybe get him to open up. He's never seen the treasure box with a green Kurani's butterfly on it. Well, the Kurani's butterfly behind the judge is purple. So how would he know what color it is if this newspaper's in black and white?
Objection!
I'm your lawyer. Oh, hell nah. It's like that meme. It's like, man, look who my lawyer is. I'm definitely gone to jail. Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So, you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box. Is that right? That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that. In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it? Yeah, dog, look at my lawyer. I'm so cooked. Huh? Because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article. Nope, take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures. Ah! Hold on, his bag. Did it just move? Polkunka! I beg your pardon? Polkunka is a word in Kuranese that people use when they're surprised. You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of a cross-examination, is it? My god. I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding. But just a moment, if the accused was lying, then that just makes him even more suspicious. Ugh, and this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give me only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn, I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't.
Objection!
That's a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He does? This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused's fingerprints were found in the scroll. What? Oh no. Where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. Love Phoenix's shocked face expression, yeah, it's good. I was thinking more about the technical port stuff I mentioned earlier and looked it up. They're actually converted the games in this trilogy to RE Engine, the original MT framework used for 5, 6, and the 3DS mobile port of 4. However, that's odd because Capcom has actually still used MT framework every collection they put out, including 2 of the fighting game collections that came out after this did. Star Force collection is RE Engine though, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Notes from the day of the incident. Defendant's fingerprints were on it. No, 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 no. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident? So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself. Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty. I'm actually looking it up here right now, because it would be at the very beginning of the stream. Yeah, Star Force Collection's on the RE engine, which is probably one of the reasons they were able to make it so robust, I'm guessing. With how the engine like switches screens and stuff. Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty. He predicted my argument, had evidence ready to refute it. How is any of that supposed to help the accused? See, I told you lawyers were all something. Her benevolence already said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get it over with. See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Don't trust Ondine's lies. No, everything's going all wrong. Shadow, what do I do? As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever. No, you're wrong. Now, this isn't Danganronpa. But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this insight of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Legal Eagle would have a stroke here? Yeah, he's already reacted to Phoenix Wright twice. And, yeah, he hated it. He didn't like it. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. Honestly, I hate watching Legal Eagle videos now. Like, I'm still subbed to the channel, but it's just so fucking depressing. Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As a defense, I have the right to check it. Check it! Okay, this is a fictional country, so there's more leeway here. Yeah. Actually, does the Star Force Collection have a Switch 2 build or just Switch 1? I wonder if that's part of the reason why they have to finally drop the engine for smaller projects. No. Actually, Star Force Collection is just Switch 1. Which is pretty impressive, because it does run pretty flawlessly. Then again, they're DS games, so... I have to get home and apologize to my wife. Guess she really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance, because I fucking hate you, and I don't want you to go home. You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne? I should have saved that joke for after he said that. Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy? Well now, I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to your class with your wife. Certainly does sound worth seeing, and give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. Payne, you kinky man. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit? That's what happens when I drink the TF potion. I become a juicy tidbit. Whatever that is. Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. Certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that wait for him. There she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence, Refa Padma Karain. Thank you for coming all this way once again. Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney. Yes? I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. Hey, Carolink. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to Her Benevolence in that manner? Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to Her Benevolence? What does he know about anything? Ignorant outsider. He won't stand for it. He must be punished. Yikes, looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Finish him! Silence, one and all. Is she standing up for me? Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Oh well, looks like Her Benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. RE Engine was also used for the Ghost Trick remaster, and it was kind of silly seeing that logo at the start of it, for it to still look like an upscale DS game encased in bare minimum menus, yeah. Phoenix Wright versus literally any teenage girl. Impossible. Rafa Padma Karain, age 14. A Karainist priestess and princess of Karain. She has the powers of a spirit medium. April 23rd, due to the growing number of deaths around the temple, we'll be tightening security throughout. Therefore, all of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's Dance of Devotion. Attorneys are ghastly creatures, with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. Now then, Your Benevolence, the divination sequence, if you would. Seance, not sequence, what? Certainly. Certainly. Nana, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Is this a cutscene? Yeah, technically, yes, it is. Yeah, there's in-engine cutscenes in this game, which is really interesting. Because the previous game did not do this. I had to look the name up and saw Padma as a real name used in India. Stop me from making a dumb Padme joke. Okay, so you haven't seen this before. This is kind of weird. Incense. Song of Ceremony. Boy's voice. Pain. So essentially, it's like spirit channeling, but like in a more, but kind of like how Athena's mood matrix thing works. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul, the last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us. Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project the victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise. Okay, and you're just cool with the fact that that exists, Pain? Honestly, a neat gameplay gimmick for this one, yeah. Interpretive art. Vague-ass spirit channeling, yeah. So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced. It's essentially a way of having spirit channeling worked into the gameplay, instead of it having just be a story-related concept. In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Hey all, Phoenix here. This is bad. Really, really bad. Now do you see why I'm the incredible Pain? More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how I've waited to see this. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. You are finally convinced, Traveler. The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'll be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? No? What's with all the hubbub? Well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, but he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain to the Defense Culpability Act to him. Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that? Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who would admit to being an attorney. Humph. That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. I felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Karine. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now. Defense, know that if I rule against the accused as guilty, you will go to prison too. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Well, our first flashback of the game. Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. Weren't you paid for such a crime with one's life? I love how he's willing to just kill Phoenix. Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark tainted soul on the line here. Death? It can't be happening. The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused? There's Maya to think of in all this, too. Can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? I mean, I would be like, fuck this, I'm out, but... Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Wow. Oh, I forgot that this image comes back in, like, high-res. What's on the shirt? It's like a police officer, and then I guess it's a villain? I don't know, and then there's, like, an animal. And I guess this is his name tag. Pokemon Champion just launched a few hours ago. Wait, it did? I thought it launches tomorrow. Can't wait to maybe get sucked into that later. Though sad, I guess it's time for me to get spoiled in new Mega Evolutions I still haven't seen because I haven't played more ZA. Yeah. They're all out there at this point. To help those with no one on their side. Can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act. I will defend Albie. What? But Mr. Wright... That face is really good. The defendant insists he's innocent. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Polkunka! But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Well, if there's a unique game over here, Phoenix dies, yeah. But your barb jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence? Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insights out. Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. Had a weird release timing because they wanted a global launch, and yeah, but usually global launches mean either midnight EST or 3 AM EST, not 11 PM EST. Not a wise move, Traveler. Not wise at all. Should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. Sacrifice! Sacrifice! The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. Rafa's insight. Forget if they've actually ever done a proper bad ending again, besides the infamous Miracle Never Happens one. Apollo Justice. Giving the hung jury in Apollo Justice is a bad ending. Oh! Last case of this game, depending on where you lose all your health, it actually gives you like a detailed ending to it, like a bad ending. So 2, 4, and 6, literally the even numbered games in the series have secret bad endings. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Let me break it down for you, Rafa. Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision? Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Ceremony and Incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, and touch. All is laid bare in the pool of souls. Yo, imagine if the last thing you were doing before you died was eating ass. And then, the word ass shows up in the taste color. And people would be like, what the fuck? Can you... So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision of his words, right? Why is the last thing the victim tasted, why does it say erect cock? Precisely, and by examining these sensations, we could perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. That's a man's way of going out, yeah. It just says come, and it's like really, like just like right in the middle of the screen. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. Yeah, you just noticed I have the necklace. Karma thought it was a good idea. He actually drew it backwards, and I edited it to be the correct way. I didn't read what she just said there. You can skip these, which is nice. This music sounds vaguely Zero Escape-ish. Wait a minute. Dumb nitpick, but if I play this collection, I would disable the autosave texture, because I don't like the way it randomly pops up mid-dialogue. It is a little weird. Like, you do notice it, with how often it pops up. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? First, I'll use the L stick left and right to make my way to the insight that seems off. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now I'll just carefully compare this insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll select it. Huh, wait a minute. Is there some way to, like, rewind it? This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now I just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and then present it. After the morning dance of devotion, so there wouldn't be the Song of Ceremony. Yeah, smell, sound, sight. So it'll give words for all the other senses. And then whatever they see is their sight. She more or less taunts you how you won't find anything to help you, yeah.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. Yes? What is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony. Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred at the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement. I see. So what the victim heard was the practice session. Ugh, there goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must have been the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing yesterday. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, Your Majesty. It's a big temple. The performance hall and the treasure room are quite far from one another. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Going to bed, EV2. You take care. Have a good night. Actually, I wonder if maybe there's a quality of life mod pack for this one like there is for TGAA. Though I'm not sure if this one needs the fixes as much as that. The 60 FPS and different aspect ratio support would be nice, though. Yeah, it would. There are speakers in every room of Temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right. Speakers? For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on over in the performance hall, heard of the speakers. Thank you for your explanation, Your Benevolence. It makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us? Very well. Insight revised. Song of Ceremony the victim heard was a practice run to the temple speakers. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock out all of her insights after all. Better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance vision going. I'll try using pause to temporarily stop the vision. Oh, okay, you could just do that. There, I paused the vision. I think I could use A and Y to jump to different parts of the vision. I'll try moving the Mitama mark to the flashing red panel here. Okay, now that I know how to get around in seance visions, thankfully the ancient art of seance visions conveniently have like a remote control that let you control when and what's being shown. Trying to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Yeah, pass me the spirit remote. Seems he was dismissed from his former position and somehow wound up as chief prosecutor in this country instead. Oh, so he was fired after Dual Destinies, which I guess makes sense because he was called into the chief prosecutor's office, or I guess Edgeworth's office at the end of that game. So I'm guessing Edgeworth sacked him. It's one of those games where 30 FPS is just accepted because there's no reason for it to be more, but then actually seeing it be a smoother 60 is really cool. Yeah, I wonder if Ace Attorney 7 will be a full 60. 124 FPS 4K Ace Attorney game. The incense. That was lit. Is that lit during the
Objection!
try it. Nope. There's an inconsistency between this insight and the victim's memories. An inconsistency, you say? And where exactly do you see the supposed inconsistency? Yes, defense, please be specific. Well, I don't know how specific I could be exactly, but just get the vague feeling that something doesn't quite add up. You know? No, I don't know, but I do know you're skating on thin ice, defense. By your leave, your benevolence. Do it. Penalty! And here I thought I was skating so gracefully on that ice, too. Get the feeling I was way off the mark on that one. Better take a good look at the insights and sensations. Not there are any mistakes in the victim's last memories, so that means one of her benevolence's insights must be off. Wonder how the effect looked in 3D on 3DS with the layering on the text on top of the vision and stuff. I probably could have told you back then, but not now. Okay, I think I know what it is. It says, with the pain, the victim's vision went dark, but he went dark before he was in pain.
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh. Everything goes black, and then only after that the victim feels pain. Inconceivable. This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My word! Polkunka, your benevolence, what is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we can't simply ignore.
Objection!
Now, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up. You have something to add, Mr. Payne? 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And that would be? On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. Power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Or rather, you knew all along and are only letting it slip now that's convenient, Payne. 24 FPS, take it or leave it. She did it. I wonder how this effect looked in 3D on the 3DS with the layer... Oh, wait, we already had that. With how the Steam frame is going to have the capability of playing regular desktop games in 3D like that, it'd be cool to see stuff like that get restored in these re-releases. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Steam frame's going to have... I'm like, wait, the Steam? I thought you were talking about the Steam Deck. I'm like, oh, wait, no. Steam frame. Hey, maybe now it'll actually be affordable since RAM prices are, like, rapidly dropping. So thankful for that. Seriously, Valve should jump on this strike while the iron's hot here, and get us a decent price on that thing. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well, now, that explains everything, does it not? What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, The accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head. I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Well done! Long may you live and prosper! Hey, I want to live long and prosper, too. Enough applause. You flatter me. Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information. Yes, of course, I will alter my insight. Now I realize the RAM won't be sold back to the makers and only come... Well, here's the thing. No one actually bought any of the RAM. It was reserved. And now a lot of those reserve things are like getting like removed. There might still be... I mean, the RAM's still going to be expensive, but there's definitely like deals were broken off. Yes, of course, I will alter my insight. One could safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began. So much my inconsistency. Song of ceremony the victim heard was one of the practice. Okay. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I could dig up. If there was a blackout and no power, then the speakers wouldn't work, so the song of ceremony should not be heard.
Objection!
Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Oh shit, we're showing hole? Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Karinism. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, we won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey! I believe you said so a few minutes ago, that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple speakers. But then how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? Oh! This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible! What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall? How many people mashed that screenshot button when the gaping hole was mentioned? I wonder if there'll be better tools to allow users to tweak how 3D looks in games to make 2D elements actually work and stuff. Because the current tools pretty much only tweak the camera in 3D space to only be in two slightly offset spots. Yeah, the cracks are showing up once and for all. This AI stuff is blowing up in people's faces. And like Nvidia got copyright struck by YouTube's AI with a fake claim. Wow. Wow. But yeah, the whole thing with the RAM is that it was... The reason that the prices were so high was because it was all being reserved by AI companies. And now apparently, following the OpenAI thing, a bunch of these like contracts have been essentially canceled. So that RAM, which isn't in the AI company's hands, can technically go back on market. Though I don't expect companies to drop them back to like what they were. That said, from what I've heard, over the last week or so, RAM prices have apparently like tanked significantly. Not necessarily back down to an affordable amount, but still not an insignificant amount. Yeah. Top of that, Sora AI being shut down too, and other companies try to force it, which have the people leaving the companies or breaking their stuff to where it's useless. Yeah. I mean, pretty much all of OpenAI's stuff is going to be useless in another month. Not that it wasn't already useless to begin with, but... But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall. You have classes tomorrow, so you have to dip? Alright, thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. What? You can't be serious. There's a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence in the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined. What? No. This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights. Unbelievable. Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind. But the contradiction revealed by the defense, it's undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense's assertion is in the end meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen at the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insight still stands. Hate to admit it, but she's right. Seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie. Doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. The accused had his hands up over his head. Well, this defense dares to dream of making out of this nightmare alive. You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it. Of course I could back up my claim, just as soon as I think of something. Prepare to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim, as long as you're willing to stake your life on it. I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop. Chop chop? Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. We just have them in the courtroom? I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop. Stop. Yeah, that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. Sure, he won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. Rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have had his hands held up like that? So that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. Would explain why Albie had his hands raised above his head.
Take that!
Gone. As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying? The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie, and that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Polkunka! Well, she's dead. Who would have thought that the seance vision could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence? He's no better than that traitorous snake, Dirk. Traitorous snake? Dirk? Who's that? No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for lese majesty. What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. Ugh, these people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate him! Peace! Give me peace! I said peace! Now, everyone, please calm down. Is he? Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment. No, I cannot charge him with less majesty. What? What? But why not, Your Majesty? You were simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that. But Your Majesty, don't you want him to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife. We can't have the trial now, not when we just learned new information about the case. What? Your Majesty, not you too! You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction? Truly, it is shocking. In the 20-plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. With his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it's our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law. Full extent of the jam. You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer? No, my faith is as strong as ever, but I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. You insist on interfering with that process, Your Benevolence. I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not. What? I'll have you know. Your Benevolence. Please acquiesce in this, Your Benevolence. If looks could kill, I won't forget this offense, Barbed Head. I do not admit defeat. I won't. Bailiff, please see Her Benevolence out. Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there will... They'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. Hope your suffering will be super-duper painful. And I hope they throw you into a lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then... Yeah, she is kind of a kid. Guess she's still just a teenager after all. Now then, defense, Mr. Light, was it? That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright, my apologies. Well, now that we've have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Whew, maybe now we could really finally run a real trial. Oh, Mega Man references in Light? Yeah, maybe. Argument, Your Majesty. Very well. I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with them? Oh, that look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth can be unearthed, that he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh. Oh, indeed. But the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation. What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. Doesn't help the accused's situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. After all that hard work to knock down those insights... back to the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? I'm drawing a total blank here. Hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. I asked you a question, defense. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end? For both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it. Albie. So, that's why I lied, to try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. What? Allow me. Allow me to explain! Something funny about the times you see your Switch friends list and everyone on there is playing the same game except for one person. That's gonna be Tomodachi Life in another week. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. I actually have a friend who sold his Switch because he just didn't use it anymore, and who recently sold a bunch of his games to rebuy a Switch just to play Tomodachi Life in 2 weeks. Or in a week and a half, because he wants the game that much. And it's funny because his account is still here, so now I see him online again. And it's like, oh wow, it's weird to see that name back on my active friends list. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. I feel like if you're going to die anyways, Albie was never going to make it out of this alive. Lamau, you should have just cooperated from the start. Yeah. Well, it's because he felt, you know, they put a lot of importance on the purity of one's soul. Albie was led to believe that cooperating with Phoenix would darken his own soul and essentially send him to, like, hell. To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it? Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark. I couldn't help myself. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right, it's covered in a special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. Treasure box updated in the court record. Murder weapon. It was forced open, its contents were stolen. Glows in the dark. Chamber, performance hall, storeroom, treasure room. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision. No, they were the Great Stairs that connect to the hallway. Makes sense. Vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. Diagram depicting the temple treasure room area. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had a scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. I get some glowy plastic stars all over it. Just then, the power went out, so I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life, even now when I try to think back on it. All I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran up into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misread the situation.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every new piece of information they have to seem so incriminating? Blah, blah, blah. Shadow. What do I do, Shadow? And what better treason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure box had been stolen. And then just after that, he ran into the accused. I'll be your guide. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the ones who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused. Ah! What now? Hey, Shadow, down boy. Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his bag move. Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake. You can understand him? Buppy? Yeah. Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. I beg your pardon. You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, at least. Phew, well, I'm glad to hear that. That would be stupid if you ever did that. Thought I'd have reassess my assessment of your sanity there for a second. I think I'd better reassess my strategy. And fast. I have to show someone... Yeah, that wasn't a good, I think I'd better reassess my strategy. And fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it? Not like he did that with a whale or a parrot or anything. Yeah, exactly. Unless you could back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know you could think up something convincing here. Where else could the victim have been struck from? From behind.
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good, now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and the murder. The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true time limit of events to go along with that? I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture. I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Oh, it's quite based. Actually, hang on one second. I want to get this, like, now. While it's going to take a while to download. Starter pack. Storage space for 50 additional Pokemon, 30 ticket teammates, 30 training tickets. Also get Battle Trainer Battle from the Let's Go games. Huh. Get a free update with Visual Champions while playing on Switch 2. An internet required connection is down. Bloopity bloopity doo. If I want that starter pack, I can just buy it later. The game's free. Oh yeah, by the way, you could skip that now. And now it just shows up there instead. I'll be. Apparently roster's kind of small, but it's whatever since it'll improve later. It's not super small, it's just only limited to fully evolved Pokemon, and even then, yeah, it's only around 180. But I mean, if you... The only non-fully evolved Pokemon allowed are Pikachu and AZ's Floette. We ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway. Was there anyone around the storeroom area? I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of that hallway. I see. Swing and a miss. Oh, Shadow says that someone was there. I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Objection!
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. Yeah, the first Japanese Pokemon Stadium game, which was Japan only had 40 Pokemon. Also, there weren't any, there was no transfer pack for that game. I think it was rentals only. Then the actual Pokemon Stadium 1 came out after that. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness. What? Oh, excuse me. Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. Calling an eyewitness to the stand, It's been decades since that happened. Oh, no, it did have transfer pack support, okay. And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved. That was a low blow. Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. So remember when I voiced the, Marlon Rhymes in the DLC case of the first game? I gotta do something similar here. Does this case not have a to be continued in it at all? 1 second, actually. I want to check something here. Club Vinny's Tomodachi playthrough. Jesus! Yeah, it's one straight case. No, I know it's one straight case, but usually even the first cases have at least a to be continued in the middle of it. Oh man, I am like 40 minutes behind compared to where the actual playthrough of this is. We're only halfway through the case. I don't think I could pull out another 2 hours of this stream tonight. It's weird because I always do the first cases in one go. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Peace, love, and understanding's the name. I'm like Temple's head monk. Can you dig? Oh, if it isn't Instructor Understanding, you're the eyewitness? Instructor? Not only is Mr. Understanding Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalon expert. Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalon? Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. When dragon... Wow, that's really slow. and tiger battle. That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. I mean, he's probably singing Chinese there. Right on, brother. The song of ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? Song of Ceremony, the song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Damalon serve as my offering to you. Wonderful, a great performance, as always. First cases tend to keep getting longer and longer because they can't just keep doing the stupid, simple, short tutorial case forever. Yeah, they have to make it's always, like, plot relevant now. That said, this game, I've mentioned this before, this game is way longer than an average Ace Attorney game. Like, if the last game took me about 40 hours, this one's gonna be like 60. This is my thing, you know? My bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistry Pops. No Damalon class today? Oh, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a Damalon lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understanding. As the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man, that was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understanding? That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times. Can you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Temple. Magatama key, huh? Sole key for opening the treasure box. Understanding keeps it on his person at all times. Now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. Peas, love, and understanding. Age 36, an eyewitness to this incident. Temple's head monk and a musician for the Dance of Devotion. How am I ever going to face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Look at Strategy Wiki for more detailed info on how much there is left. And there's 3 more cross-examinations with no to be continued. Okay. Why do I always get the far-out ones? The problem is I'm just reading, like, because I'm reading and taking my time. It's probably going to go longer than 3 hours. Which shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I definitely don't want to be going to, like, 450. Mr. Understanding, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room. See, I was kind of hoping there would be a to be continued, because I would have said you want to just do the other half on Thursday and try out Pokemon Champions for the rest of the stream. I don't really think there's much reason for me to stream it. By the way, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow night off. So Thursday I'll come back with more Spirit of Justice. Maybe I'll do some Pokemon Champions then, and we'll see how it is. Also mentions there was an animated prologue on YouTube that wasn't included in this game. Did they put that in the collection? No, they didn't. I know what you're talking about. I've seen it. The thing is that prologue kind of contradicts the setup of the actual game. Because I think Maya shows up in it before the first case even happens. You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor, man. Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of her holiness, I vow to sing naught but the truth. I swear to bring. Hit me! What I saw, baby. After the morning dance of devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way? To the temple's treasure room, hey, hey. Any small footsteps, I can quite clearly hear. If anyone to the treasure room goes near. I don't know the rhythm here. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other than roll. Only Albie to the treasure room did stroll. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. This guy's maybe the worst pun name in the series. I feel all the Kuranese people have really silly names. Not so much in the next case, but the one major character whose full name we only learned in the last case has a really, really stupid full name. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Understanding? What? You found the body as well? Really is a key witness, then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. Circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me? What's that door in the middle go to? Like, why couldn't someone have gone through there? Like, most names could be just excused as an odd-sounding real name, but this name is just not a name. Well, I mean, it's supposed to be foreign-sounding. Whether that's disrespectful or not is beyond me. But also, it's a reference to a song title, which is kind of weird, because it's like, well, that's a very specific reference. The breakers are on the first floor on the way to the storeroom. On the way, I got a whiff of something really funky. Blood, man. Really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man. There was poor Mr. Roll, dead as a doornail. In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went into the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Understanding's unassailable account is what led to the accused's arrest. Hold it! Is it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion? I'm afraid that's not possible. Victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo of that morning's dance of devotion, taken by a tourist. My, what graceful dancing. You can almost hear the sound of Mr. Understanding's Damalon now. That's not the same Damalon he was using in the other thing. That's like an electric Damalon. And of course, there's Mr. Roll right there. Payne's right, there's Mr. Roll on duty. Never underestimate the incredible Payne. So in addition to Rafa's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? Picture the stage, shows Roll on guard duty in the audience. As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig? Maybe he had a twin. Wonder how his singing thing was localized if they changed the text beeps after the same as in the Japanese version, and they matched the dialogue better originally. That's a good question, actually. Can't we, No, you can't switch the language. Or maybe you can, but it has to be done from the main menu. As head monks, my monks in training are like... Okay. I should have taught I'll be better, man. For her holiness, the Holy Mother. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk understanding, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spare the rod, hey baby. Spoiled the child, not maybe. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. I see Payne's cut in here. It's interesting that the Ace Attorney trilogy, or the Phoenix Wright trilogy, forgot to put that in, because that was only on the bottom screen in the DS game, so they just didn't include it in the remasters. You know, my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room. Oh, so wait, is his chamber that door in the middle? Any small footsteps like a queer? Remember the cut-ins not being there in the mobile ports, but it's been too long for you to say sure, for sure. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear if anyone in the treasure room goes near. Albie was the only one. Assume the door in the middle was just to outside. But yeah, there was a whole wrench in it. It's like, oh, there was no one there? Okay, they could have just walked out that door.
Hold it!
With the press here. Could you please point out one more time where your chamber's located? Yeah, man, no sweat. My chamber's on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So when I go into the treasure room, I'd have to pass by Understanding's chamber. Oh yeah, it is. Chamber's on the... Oh, no, it's on this side. It's on the other side. Never mind. Oh, wait, no. Understanding's... Wow, I'm an idiot. I'm not looking. Okay. But he also has a door outside. Maybe those are windows. Give, please, Lubbin a chance. I didn't even know... I thought it just said chamber at the top. I didn't realize it said Understanding's chamber.
Hold it!
Even from inside your chamber, you could still hear what's going on outside? Temple's a groovy old building built for Mother Nature's finest. You can hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? An old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin. And that's how Mr. Understanding can know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection. Right on, my man. Dedicate this testimony to her holiness.
Hold it!
How can you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie's practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. You saw him? In the treasure room, this you can believe. A peepers peep, the sneaky sneak I'll be. And tell us where it is you stood, when you saw the accused, if you would. When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. Oh, there's a window! Okay, see. I guess, yeah, they don't really mark which ones are windows and which ones are doors. Also, yeah, weird that the cut-ins weren't in the first trilogy, because they were in the Wii version that was also mostly single screen, yeah. The window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have him add the statement to his testimony? Would you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Understanding? You got it, brother. Through the window I did spy little Albie with my own eye. Boop, 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 boop. All hallway shutters will remain shut for today's Dance of Devotion. Hallway shutters, so that has nothing to do...
Hold it!
Porta's also funny with the aspect they did, because they get lazy and just stretch the window to the dual screen layout for certain parts. Oh, the window, you say? Through the walls? That's right, brother. There's a courtyard outside the window in my chamber. Across the courtyard, I could see the window of the hallway to the treasure room, man. Judging from the diagram, I guess that's plausible. You have the courtyard from your chamber. How nice that must be. But it's beautiful at this time of year, with the Chinese butterflies flitting about. You know what, Pops? I often look out into my courtyard while playing my Damelon. And it goes a little something like this. Mostly Rise from the Ashes because that was designed for the DS first, yeah.
Objection!
Okay, it was the shutters. There's something off about that, Mr. Understanding. My music is off? I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz soul? Nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. And Mr. Understanding, you've been lying to this court. Now, why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all? Nah, lying ain't my thing. Contend otherwise. So it's even if you make the full line appear on his dialogue, it still plays the beeps in rhythm. So that's actually probably better for singing along. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Understanding? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instructions to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's Dance of Devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? Talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone go into the treasure room through those shutters. Gah! Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way, I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something something will, something for, something something. That your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Chinese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. That's quite recent, isn't it? How'd you become head monk? So how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple? How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Koreanism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. That makes sense, because the end of the previous game was in December of 2027. And now if this is April, that means he got fired, like, a month after the end of the 5th game. And he's been here for 3 months. Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you, Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teaching spoke to me, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Koreanism. Could Understanding have had the ulterior motive of becoming a believer, too? Mr. Understanding, were you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now? According to Mr. Understanding's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest that he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well, you have a theory of defense. You know where Mr. Understanding was, if not in his chamber. If he wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there's only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes that this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down that hall.
Take that!
There, but you suggested earlier that's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Understanding could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Understanding of being the true culprit in this case? Hell yeah, I am. Accused, baby. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend that there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. That this man is the kill. He's Mr. Kill.
Objection!
How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence and insights, now you accuse the head monk of murder?
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was there, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. That's nothing but groundless conjecture. And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening statement? The opening argument? Oh, opening argument. He said that. Never mind. During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right. And what of it? Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get hold of the treasure. What? What? You joshing me, man? The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure? You can't possibly be serious. Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? He's sweating bullets, yep. The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to the court. So clearly he isn't above lying. Ugh. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. This is ridiculous. Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake? Random thought, it'd be neat if visual novels could have some Twitch plugin that allowed viewers to look at the dialogue history themselves on their own screen. That'd be pretty interesting. Enough with a nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. What? What was that, Mr. Understanding? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that. I love that. I love that he has the aux cord as a headband. What on earth, that music? It's making my ears bleed. This is the music of my soul. Death to the lawyer. Now you know I have 2 drinks here. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. He's dripping with the lies, running with the Philistines. He's gonna send that lawyer to the guillotine. Oh, Philistines. I always get that word. I was confused that word. Gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines. And now for something completely different. That plinkety-plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. I like that the text sound is like just bumps. All sniffing around suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap! Keep making that noise and I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you would handle the truth, do ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Did he just win the court over with that performance? Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper Soul Screaming Truth. Witness testimony. Soul Screaming Truth. The priestess's dance had come to an end. To the music storeroom my way I did wend. Death, truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. Oh, that was it. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. You can't rhyme room with room, buddy. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw Pat roll after Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom, can't be beat. Such a good riff. Then out went the power, ticket to midnight. Blacker than blackest black, Robin all sight. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow. What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. It's so fast, it's making my head spin. This is Damalon metal! Hey, yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know how much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying. People being so expressive just makes it obvious they're gonna have a huge crash out at the end of the trial, yeah. Like how one of the most unrealistic parts of this is how he's playing notes impossible with only 4 strings, yeah. You scared, lawyer man? Run away as fast as you can. What a wonderful rhythm. Perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for? Hey, I went to put my Damalon away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing the Wright. Wait, why wouldn't you just keep it in your chambers? Then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to hell! Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? He's right, that so would have happened. Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Karine? Yeah, you said it. Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Now you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here? Alright, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul.
Hold it!
Why can't we have a normal murderer? You say you went to the music store room. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right, I don't really have any proof, and yet... Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music store room. Isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? Silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess dance, I went to the music store room.
Hold it!
So what exactly do you mean by death truth? It's the blade of truth that's gonna send your lawyer's soul to hell! A sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. Don't expect a bobblehead like you to understand. Either you get it and you feel it, or you don't. Simple as that.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell ya. What's that saying about people who live in glass houses? Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he'd look furtive.
Objection!
Ah, the furtive Albie, so easily forgotten. The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Psst, wrong! Pease Lubbit knows the score, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ear, an artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for good God Boy here. And what'd you see next, Mr. Understanding?
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent? What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound on the scent like a hunting dog, because you know Roll was a guard, and... Uh-oh, here we go. The inspiration came to me suddenly, like a flash, and...
Hold it!
That's okay, you don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked! I knew I shouldn't have. Mr. Understanding, you're still in the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Damalon class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on. Slash and thrash!
Hold it!
What exactly were you doing in the music store room? There. Get the picture. Picture? What picture? Mr. Understand is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over again. Hey, geezer, you got it in one. Take a bow, baby. How in the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music store room, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it?
Hold it!
Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Oh, your man, just as always, oh, full of bullshit. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Filthy liar through and through. And I ain't never ever gonna forgive you. Utter lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous. Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session, please. You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated. That's not good. What's so funny, peas loving understanding? Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under cover of darkness.
Objection!
I don't think anyone swear in these games. Phoenix says, damn it. Someone says ass in one of the games, too. I mean, if you count that. Which reoccurring character is going to say fuck first? Oh, probably Maya. You're forgetting one very important thing. I mean, if you watch the live dub outtakes, it's Gumshoe that says fuck first. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. I mean, it's weird because they could swear in this game. This game is rated M. All the 3DS Ace Attorney games, including the Great Ace Attorney re-releases, I think are all M, right? You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it! I contend that the witness could have made the power outage happen, with no magic necessary. What? You have a theory, defense? All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. Only Dual Destiny's got the M rating. Oh, okay. Everything else is T. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? Energy breaker.
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is in the storeroom at the end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever? Is that what you're saying? With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. Hate it when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide? A guide through the darkness. Something that's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree? You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby. Woo! Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Uh-oh, what do I do? Can you present us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? I can. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness? the glowing treasure box. And that was probably a circumstance of not targeting that, but they didn't want to put in the effort to tone down stuff to bring the rating down to T.
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box. Hmm? Huh? Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as sort of a beacon. Well, I guess you're right. But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box? Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. What is this lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies, yet again. Let's give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Defense? Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all? No, your majesty. Yeah, man, do it, do it! Then we could jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. Well, you still have a tongue to scream with. I guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding the treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was a security guard, a devout believer, the thief. Actually, Dual Destiny's Zero C instead of B, but that's not as big deal as an M rating there. That would be Zero D. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. But I think it might just be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense. Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim? The thief? What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. The victim was the thief. Everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the great stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. They almost say the F-bomb in Dual Destinies, but it turns into fudge, yeah. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. You have any idea what you're saying? You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll trying to roll the temple? That devout believer? That pious Curianist? I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed souls with unfounded allegations. Hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, your majesty. No, really, in that case, can we assume you have proof? Uh-oh, proof, huh? Do I have any proof? I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. Proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind in a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything I could get at this point. I need proof, something that would have been involved with a theft. And that might still have some trace of evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Well, he was wearing gloves. And we know that the blood on the box is his. Oh wait, but there's blood in his hand, too, for some reason. Ah, shit. The defense would like to examine this piece of evidence. Would you now? I don't think that piece of evidence will give us any answers. Oops, looks like I got it wrong. Perhaps you would like to examine this penalty instead. Ah! Okay, don't overthink this, Phoenix. It's gotta be something that might still hold some trace of it being touched. And if the victim was the thief, what's something he would have touched? Well, the treasure box, but he's wearing gloves! Give you another chance, defense, and this time show me evidence you could stand behind it.
Take that!
Oh, it's not... Oh, okay. Nope, that was a treasure box. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. Might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might? You better hope you'll turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, your majesty. Ace Attorney 2 and A4 are rated Zero A, which is for everyone. That's weird. Others are B, but I guess those two are fine. Yeah, I guess poker. And that's funny, because the fourth game is gambling in it. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Excuse me. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's the little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate the evidence with the R stick. I can also use X and B to zoom out and get a better look. If I ever get too turned around, I can always use reset by clicking in the R button and return things to its initial state. Better search every inch of this box carefully and examine anything of interest in detail with A. So this is where the Founder's Orb was, huh? Doubt there's any trace of the orb left there now. Though I don't really know anything about the orb, so who knows? The lid of the box was forced open. While the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid, too. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? Thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat. And why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it is the Magatama key. So I'm going to go in the hole above the Magatama mark. Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? Thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. Not even the Magatama key can open it. Glows in the dark. In any case, I better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything of note about it. The lid is really shut tight. Can't budge it no matter how hard I try. This blood stain, it shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a blood stain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the blood stain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Objection!
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyery deceit. What do you mean? Mr. Wright, where's your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? What? Should have seen this one coming. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? You have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand. Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows the outline of the victim on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand?
Take that!
Now it's time for the crime photo. I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. What proves that the blood-stained outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask?
Take that!
Glove. Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand here. See this? That's blood. What? If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline, you'd think the blood in his hand would complete the splatter. Exactly. Here goes nothing. If they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. If it's an object, it's spatter. It's not splatter. Splatter is an action. Then the victim really was holding the box? I'm willing to bet my life on it. I already have, honestly. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. You can't be serious! I protest. There's no way they would ever match up. I assert that it's patently Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. Tongue karma? Maybe, if I see him again. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? Why, I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future, too, if you wouldn't mind. Never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me. Yeah, he was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll.
Objection!
Now wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon was something else. The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out it wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box when the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understandin'? Are you insinuating that I'm the one who uses this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? Wow, that's stupid, Phoenix. You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man, drop into the abyss. Oh, that was a little too much. Despicable lawyer man, you make me sick. You could disappear just like a magic trick. Worthless lawyer man, done in by a weapon. For you, miserable wretch, hell doth be beckon. I should have read that ahead of time. Yeah! I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty. Yet you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer! This is it, the moment of truth. Can't back down. Not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to the real murder weapon. Gladly, if I knew which one it was. What would somebody like Understanding use to bludgeon somebody? Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used. I mean, that's a different Damalon. It has to be that.
Take that!
I've only played this game once before, so I don't remember all the answers. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility, but this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion. That photo? How's it going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah? And what's this something, This thing here is odd, to say the least. Why is he here? No, I'm joking.
Take that!
Mr. Understanding. I was looking at the box of the Cero thing and realizing how strange the Apollo Justice box looks, because there's only one that it's the only one that doesn't use the standard post character art, and instead uses original art used to make the in-game sprites. And it's weirder today now that we have versions of the game that use the original art. Oh yeah. Ooh. That sound came from inside my neck, if you heard that. And I muted. Why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you said your Damalon was your one and only. Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that? I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Look at that face. Not after you use it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought his sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old Damalon to this court as evidence. Too bad. You're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. You what? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby. No! He's already destroyed the evidence. And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on, that was pathetic. Your agony could sound better than that. Where's that great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture. Ah! There's that pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accuse Mr. Understanding of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive for the murder goes out the window. Ah! Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-argument to that. It sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time I hand down my verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Defense, I trust you understand what that means you will receive for taking on this case.
Death! Death! Death!
What do I do? First case of the game, we already got him in the, like, I'm fucked pose. The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Poor Albie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life, too. Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with less magistry, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting, in the Twilight Realm. I love that Payne is just completely okay with Phoenix getting killed. This guy's guilty as sin, I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what? Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout! Time to take this lawyer trash out. The thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief and that he got his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to... Ah! Defense, what's gotten into you? Oh, I'm about to die. Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like Tonkuka, man. What you trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself. Sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty? Please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No, Your Majesty. That's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time. This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now, the Defense, what is this misconception you mentioned? The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty? What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What? What? Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time, so why then did he ask Albie the question that he did? That is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that. By the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty. I beg your pardon? Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
Objection!
But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Objection!
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty. I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he? Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in of itself, of course. Yeah, but what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Understanding? My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim. Motive? Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed, because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd! You believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke. So then, what really happened to the treasure? It had been stolen long before this incident occurred, by Mr. P's love and understanding himself. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping.
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection!
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. Ah! The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. Yes, finally, a tiny shred of hope. Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims? Ah! This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby. Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it. This lawyer is a lying scumbag! Eep. Better believe I got something to say. Open your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock! Death to the lying lawyer! Lying lawyer. Steal the founder's orb, me. I did it. This is lying lawyer's insults, no limit. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need. Lying lawyer, condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell. Ugh. Alright, we've now heard from both sides. Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. If you are unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination, then the DC Act will come into play, and both of you and the accused will lose your lives. I understand. Life or death, it all comes down to this. Mr. Wright. Don't worry, Ollie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be all right. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you could win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya. Together. It's a deal. Can't let Ollie down. I have to win this trial. So now I have to prove that the only Understanding could have stolen the treasure. Blech. You're your worst lawyer, trash. This is your requiem. The last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil. Hands unclean, the accused of the deed. Forced the box open. No key did he need. Well, Phoenix had a hard time opening the box. The key didn't even open it. The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on, you just saw it for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. Well, there's your proof right there. Ah, score one for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How the heck do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's a different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man. Ah, so you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know, Defense, the Kingdom of Khura'in is not some sort of fantasy funland. Sure I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion, and yet... Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way. New verse. Please do add it to your testimony, Mr. Understanding.
Hold it!
Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas, that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer, drowning in confusion. Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it. What'll it be for the sinner's flight of fancy? Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden? The secret's obviously hidden in the box. The treasure box. Yeah? And where in the box is the secret exactly? Well, it's... I hadn't thought that far ahead. It's the carvings. There's definitely something going on there. Are you sure? You're sounding a little desperate, Defense. Desperate? Not at all, Your Majesty. Carvings are the accused snuck in to see, even though it's forbidden, I might add. Witness, can you tell us anything about the carvings on the box? Of course, as head monk, I know all about them. The carvings depict a Khura'inese butterfly as it carries a soul to the Twilight Realm. They were made in around the 7th century. I see. Could you please add that information to your testimony? Fine. Listen up, lawyer trash. Khura'inese butterfly from the 7th century carries the mitama, so elementary. Yeah!
Hold it!
I believe this butterfly design conceals some sort of secret. Oh yeah? Why don't you check it out for yourself then? Huh? What's that smug look on his face? I think I'll do just that, Your Majesty, if I could. Nothing unusual here. Well, Defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. Told ya, didn't I tell ya? Ugh. And in that case, there must be some secret trick to the key. Now you're suspicious of the key, are ya? There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right, he desecrated the box by opening it without his using this mitama key. Wait, what did you just say? I'll sing it as many times as I have to get it through your thick lawyer skull. Only the mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Yeah! For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? Oh, so you like this little number better, do ya? Let's see, should I have him swap this in the statement? Yeah, change it. I believe the witness just made sang a very important statement. I'd like it switched into his testimony. Very well, witness, if you would. I have to. Carve it into your brain, lawyer man. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure.
Objection!
Oh, I thought that was... Damn. Something odd about the witness's statement. And this is the evidence that will prove it. No, the only thing I find odd here is your objection. Hope this will help you change your ways. That didn't go very well.
Hold it!
There must be some secret trick to this key. Oh yeah? And what exactly is this secret trick? Huh? What's that smug look for? Maybe something like it can change shapes? Wow, man, that's some wild imagination you got there. It's not made of shape-changing alloy. I'll give credit where credit's due. You could daydream like a champ. Just like any Magatama, this key is made of a translucent material. Well, look, and it's pretty obvious it can't change shapes. Yeah, I wasn't really sold on that one myself. But I feel like there's something odd about Mr. Understanding's testimony just now. I think I better take another look through the evidence.
Objection!
I guess it's the key itself. That's like the only thing it could be. Just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called your key the Mitama key, didn't you? But didn't you originally say it was called the Magatama key? Oh, I didn't even notice that. The Mitama key? What's that? Huh. Yeah. I completely forgot he calls it the Magatama key. I should have been paying attention to that. Don't know, Your Majesty. But apparently it's a rather crucial question. What? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing. So what? Simple slip of the tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. What say you, defense? Is it an important detail? Judging by Mr. Understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Oh man, just meaningless mistake, insignificant. You're riding the crazy train to nowhere, lawyer man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense. To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I'm eager to find out. Wow! Defense, you explain like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail? Yes, it's an absolutely important detail, I think. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb. I see. Very well, in that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim. The grounds, Your Majesty? Majesty. You could of course show grounds, can you not, defense? Of course. What else can I say? I have to come up with something, anything, even if it's just a bluff. The Mitama key. Mitama. Has to be something somewhere that ties the Mitama and the Founder's Orb together. Don't keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's Orb? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed.
Take that!
That I remember. What's that? The Song of Ceremony? All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. Right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells us of the treasure of the founder of Korainism, but hidden within its lyrics is the secret to how to really open the treasure box. Holy Mother! How can that be, defense? The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key. Well, yes, it's in the same word, but that doesn't mean... We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why we inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it. I suppose you know the right way. I do, your majesty, but to use the key properly, first you have to... Indie rock Jesus. Flip it turnways. If we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this... I should have played, that. It becomes the Kuraini symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama. Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit in the lock that way. Oh, I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. There must be some other place this key fits, but where? Let's see, what were the two words to the... What were the words to the song of the ceremony? Get the two words. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Where should the Mitama key actually be used? Oh, look at that! There's a shape right there that fits the key.
Got it!
No, there's no brain blast in the first case. That's second case on. Just magnetizes in there. See, your majesty? I did it. My goodness! The treasure box, it really opened! No way, man. What? No! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne. How so? Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy. Then what you're saying is... neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They therefore had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Please love and understanding. Hey, Kid Ryan, thank you for the raid. I'm just about to finish up. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can be only one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll. Resident Raid. Hey, guys. How you two doing? A world-class breakdown going on here. Cuckoo. Buy money. Oh, hey! I thought you were sleeping. Extreme. Let me give you a shout out. That was a good crash out. Yeah, it is. This game has some of the best crash outs. Shout out. And it actually conveniently puts me back in human form anyway. You'd still play Resident Evil? Curse him. It's all his fault. Why do you have to try and steal the treasure? You were. Oh. Guess I came too late again. Oh, I'm sorry. Why'd I have to spot him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. Friend helped you clear both speedrun trophies. Oh, nice. Hey, Blackest Night. Also known as a breakdown. I know, but saying crash out's really funny. It's the popular term with the kids these days. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head bunk. Who knows what else they'd do to me? I couldn't let... I had to stop them. Breezing through Joe Hard, all items, best ending. Oh, nice. What a shocking development. I could scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. That's going to be our activation phrase for this game, 23 years ago. Ugh. No, my perfect unblemished record. Destroyed. The incredible pain. Ruined. No! Bald. It's Jabroni Mike. Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it! No way, this can't be happening. Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else is. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused. I'll be your guide. Not guilty, but like foreign. Not guilty. See, if that happens when someone's found not guilty, why are lawyers a bad thing? That seems like a good thing happening to me. April 24th, 1:36 p.m. High Court of Karayin. Accused lobby. There's still quite a commotion. People from the gallery show no sign of clearing out. Gumshoe releasing the blossoms in the courtroom. Can't believe it. Not guilty. Still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. Never been in defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable. Mr. Wright. Oh, Albie. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. So that seance mechanic only used once? In this case, yes, but don't worry, it comes up a bunch more times. Thanks to the infinite rocket launcher from the 3-hour speed run that helped you get through the... It's going to help you get through the Joe Hardman. Oh, cool. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I really had a hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But how did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least, I wish I could. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence's insights. Right, Rafa, the royal priestess. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but... Even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Oof. Mr. Wright! Shh! Huh? Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested. A rebel? That's right, one of those people going against our queen in the court system. Look at this dude. Look at this fucking guy. They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. And they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes. Dirk. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. Is this One Piece? Maybe. Every game has their own special mechanic. Yep. The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that Dirk guy. Pardon the intrusion. More like lawyer piece. You. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see? Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I'm the Kurainese Minister of Justice. Name's Inga Karkul Karayan. Oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice. A Navy Admiral. So he's in charge of the entire court system, Defense Culpability Act and all. Minister Inga, how are you, sir? Run along, mini-monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief. Repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it, and they found all the booty he pilfered right there in his digs. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll? Why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How could you say that? Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. Had my men check out that understanding fella, too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So he gave up the Founder's Orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. Say, White. That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? Oh yeah, we'll absolutely be seeing this guy again. First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift? Oh, well, Yikes. I think I'm in for it now. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time. All I did was defend the accused. You best do read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, you get my drift? Even a dirty, no-good-nick punk knows how to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. Never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Yikes, he was kind of scary, wasn't he? Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as when can we continue the sightseeing tour? Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. That was rough, yeah. And there were still lots more temples to see and all kinds of local foods to eat. I could show you the natural beauty of the area, and I haven't shown you anything breathtaking from the view of the plot. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. I could show you the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls used for training, and I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the Plaza Devotion yet, and there's this place where you can dangle off a really steep cliff that offers your soul a great view of the Twilight Realm, and walking on a bed of nails doubles as a foot massage. Just don't get in another case, Fivehead. This isn't like just a visit. No, he's here to see Maya, specifically. But Maya's training's not going to be done for 2 weeks, so he's going to be here a while. When we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together. Yeah, you bet. Maya, wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. Is that the end? I think it might be the end. Oh no, we got a cutscene.
So, how about that not guilty, Dirk? I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
I was in that game. I voice a character that shows up for 3 lines. End. Love his voice actor? Yeah. The Foreign Turnabout awarded. I did not save that entire time. So I guess the game takes place here the whole time? You'll see. You'll see. But I'm gonna stop here because it's almost 4:30, and I didn't want to go this late, but kind of had to. If it's not one thing, it's another. Yeah. Mike, what game was it that you mentioned? Oh, Winds of Change, the visual novel that Clace made like several years ago. I voiced a character named Cosmic in it, who's in it for like 2 lines. Anyway, oh man, I ate a salad before I started streaming tonight, and it's like coming up. It's a bunch. I hope people did not hear embarrassing noises I made. Okay, give me 1 second here. We'll do our ending spiel. One second. That was a neat case, but the music thing was a bit annoying. Well, thankfully I don't have to do that anymore. Never really liked those kinds of things. Oh, you should watch the DLC case from this 5th game, where I was doing raps. Anyway, I am not going to be here tomorrow. I've looked it up a plot summary, and it's uncanny, isn't it? I actually have not played the game. I played the beginning of it, and I have it on Switch, but I have not played it. Pokemon Champions finished downloading. I have to see how to get the Switch 2 version, because there is a Switch 2 update for it. Games I've voice acted in. Here we go. Stray Children and Winds of Change. Though there are games off the Switch platform I voiced in. I don't actually have this downloaded. I just have it owned. Stray Children I have downloaded. Famous Birdo? No, not even close. I'm not even joking when I say both of those roles are like extremely minor. It's cool that my name's in the credits and I'm proud of the work I've done, but trust me, people aren't people aren't really clamoring to play those things because of me. I'd say if there's one thing I'm most known for, acting credit, still credit. Yep. Heard of Stray Children? It's made by the Moon RPG devs. Yep. And I'm one of the garbled voices in the game. I am. Aw, thanks, Ephraim. What was I gonna say? No, I completely forgot. I'd say if anyone knows me for any sort of voice acting, it's probably Let's Read Homestuck, because I voiced John Egbert in that, and that's quite a big deal to some people that don't realize I'm in that. That's right, Toby Fox and I have voiced the same character in different projects. Anyway, I'm gonna take tomorrow night off. It seems kind of counterintuitive because now I have a new Pokemon game to play and I want to play more Sonic. But I might just do that off stream and just take a night to like chat with friends. Because I've definitely been hitting the streams a little too hard the last week to make up for stuff. I'll be here Thursday with more Spirit of Justice. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit of Pokemon Champions in there too since it's out. And yeah, we'll see what happens after that. I think I might try to be here this weekend. I know I never do that, but I might try. We'll see. Maybe now that I'm taking a day off, it'll be more possible. Anyway, thanks everyone for following, for rating, for chatting. I really appreciate it. I know don't look at the numbers, but lately numbers have been up a little bit. I've been hitting close to like an average of like 12 or 13, which is more than I usually hit. If you want to watch more streams, you can check out twitch.tv/team/littlespace. Right now, it's just me and Writer Fluff. The reason I don't usually raid Writer Fluff is because they already have kind of a bigger audience, so I don't really see, like... I'd rather give attention to someone who probably needs the audience more. And, yeah, as you suggested, Kid Ryan, the Telly Otter is playing Little Gator Game, and they only have 2 viewers right now. You know what? Sure. Let me load that up. Am I following them already, first and foremost? No, I'm not. Okay, cool. So this will be a new follow, most likely. As in, I'm gonna follow them. Anyway, thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for raiding. You'll have a great night. I will see you Thursday with more Spirit of Justice and maybe some other stuff. Take care. Good night. And, was there something special about tomorrow? I don't know fucking know. Alright, good night.